The Dakota Plains Transitional Living Centers on the Lake Traverse Reservation in northeast South Dakota have welcomed their first guest.
Dan Santella sits down with that guest, his recovery coach, to learn about how far he's come, their bond, and how he might continue that example for others. That's tonight's Eye on KELOLAND.
Dustin Robertson Sr. is proud of himself, and as we learn his story, it's easy to see why he has good reason to feel this way.
Yeah, for the stuff I went through, yeah, pretty proud of myself.
I can't even explain how proud I am of this guy.
You may remember meeting him earlier this month when we did a story about this warming house in Sisseton.
Last year I froze my foot off, or my toes.
He is now the first guest at the Dakota Plains Transitional Living Centers.
This man has come a long ways. He has come a long ways. He has, just in the short time that I've been his recovery coach.
Do you feel like you've come a long ways?
Yeah, because I don't really trust people, and he's like probably him and another one I did.
Williams describes working with Robertson as rewarding.
When I first started with Dustin, it was kind of tough getting him to kind of come out of his shell. And since working with him, he comes to more meetings. He opens up a lot more.
He was homeless, living not too far from here in a van for a while, and now I think he's got a little over a year of sobriety, it's a huge deal.
Mike Davies is on Dakota Plains Transitional Living Centers' board, for which Williams serves as vice president. Heavenly Pipe is on the board too.
There's a saying where they say the opposite of addiction is connection. And so being connected is truly the secret that we have to get us through our deepest, our rock bottom. That's what's going to keep us moving forward, is continually staying connected.
Dakota Plains Transitional Living Centers offer a sober home for people like Robertson.
There's some things that this man has been through that, I'll have to be honest, that probably would have broke me.
We work with all these different programs to get our clients to these meetings, to their appointments, whatever groups or classes that they have. So it's like we're working like a partnership with the tribe in a lot of different programs.
Curtis Bissonette, secretary for the Sisseton Wahpeton Oyate, shares his own story as an example of hope.
I was one of them people that thought I was too far gone in my alcoholism, and my message is it's never too late. It is never too late to turn your life around.
Robertson and Williams share a personal bond as they navigate their lives.
It's a friendship, a brotherhood thing that we have going on.
It helps me through a lot. So.
Just being those ears, being that person that showed them that I cared, helped open them up a little bit.
Williams and Robertson each belong to the Sisseton Wahpeton Oyate, and it's no coincidence that this facility sits on the tribe's land.
Our medicines that come from the land and the sky and the stars and where we are and where we're positioned here take care of us and help us in our healing. And so it was important for us to find a space on our reservation, on our land here.
Ron Goodsell, who helped found the nonprofit and serves as board president, mentored Williams. Now Williams is doing the same for Robertson.
I'm more than honored to help him with that, because I too have been in some similar situations, not a whole lot of them, but in some situations that I too had to let my wall down and open up to somebody that I trusted, and that person was Ron.
Robertson has now achieved more than a year of sobriety, and maybe someday he'll mentor someone too.
Hopefully.
He'll get there. I'm sure of it.
With Eye on KELOLAND, I'm Dan Santella.
Now, Dan introduced us to Dakota Plains Transitional Living Centers earlier tonight. That report and this one are combined in the same story with video for both on our website.